We gonna get one. Step on, step on. Guys, come on, guys, step on, step on, step on.
So as you guys can see here, Shedeur is throwing passes to Jerry Jeudy, which is a good look, man, which is a good look.
Things got wild at Browns practice when Shedeur Sanders straight up put Dillon Gabriel on skates, and the whole field felt that shockwave. People are still arguing about what really happened out there, but one thing's clear. Gabriel did not expect Shadur to cook him like that. Did Gabriel really freeze up in the moment? Is this the moment the whole quarterback battle flips on its head? Fans came into the season begging for a leader, but what they're getting now is pure chaos, and it's only getting louder by the day. How long can Gabriel hold on to that spot when Shadur keeps pulling off plays that make the crowd gasp like they just watched a highlight reel in real time? Shedur's been waiting for this chance for months, grinding like someone who knows the spotlight is right around the corner. From his college days to now, he's shown he's got the arm, the quick reads, and that spark that instantly wakes up an offense. Every practice, every rep, he's proving he's ready to run this team like he was born for it. But Stefanski keeps pretending he doesn't see it, even while fans and players keep whispering the same thing. Shedur's the one. Instead of letting the kid take over, Stefanski sticks with Gabriel, and those quiet mistakes are getting louder every week. The lack of energy, the stalled drives, the missed chances, it's becoming impossible to ignore. How long is Cleveland supposed to watch a quarterback who can't push the team forward when the one bringing real heat is standing right there, ready to take over? Why is Stefanski acting so scared to make the switch everyone already knows is overdue? His leadership right now isn't just shaky, it's collapsing in real time, and the whole offense looks flat because of it. Fans are sick of watching the same stale game plan. While this team drops games, they should be locking down with ease. Meanwhile, Shadur keeps showing out in practice like the future starter he already feels like. So why is Stefanski being stubborn to the point of looking paranoid? Is he trying to protect his pride, or is he just scared of admitting the locker room sees a new leader rising right in front of him? What's the point of keeping a coach who refuses to do what's clearly best for the squad? If the Browns want to actually compete and bring the fans back with real energy, letting go of Stefanski isn't some idea. It's a requirement. How much damage can one coach cause before someone in the front office finally decides enough is enough? The Browns can't keep watching their momentum fall apart while Stefanski hangs on to old habits that no longer work. Fans deserve better, players deserve better, and most importantly, Shadur deserves a legit shot to show what he can do on the field.
Edge in the air. A strange tension nobody could quite name at first. Assistants exchanged quick glances, equipment staff stood unusually still, and even some veterans walked out with a quiet seriousness that didn't match a standard installation period. It wasn't obvious yet, but something felt off.
How long is this team supposed to wait for Stefanski to recognize what everybody else already sees? When do they stop stacking losses and start building wins? The clock is ticking louder every week, and what this team needs is action, not recycled speeches. Will the front office finally step in and make a real move, or will they let another season slip through their fingers again? There was a weird tension hanging over practice that day. The kind of energy you feel before something big blows up. Nobody could point to one exact thing at first, but the whole place had that quiet buzz like the air was waking up before the storm. Coaches and assistants kept shooting each other quick glances, like they were waiting for the moment everyone else hadn't caught on to yet. Even the equipment crew, usually locked in and moving nonstop, paused just a little too long, like they felt something in their gut too. And when some of the veterans walked off the field later with that heavy silence, it was obvious this wasn't a normal day at all. As drills kept rolling, the tension didn't fade. It got thicker. The usual hype and noise around the team felt weighed down, almost like everybody was holding their breath at the same time. Even the quiet moments between plays sounded loud, the kind of silence that tells you something major is brewing right in front of you. Players were locked in, eyes sharp, waiting for the moment they knew was coming, even if nobody said it out loud. This wasn't just another practice, they all felt it. Something was shifting, something real, something that could change everything for the team's future. Coaches watched every rep like it was a final exam, and even the younger guys picked up on the pressure building around them. Whatever was coming next wasn't small. It had weight, it had meaning, and everyone could feel it in their chest. And when that moment finally hit, it smashed through the tension like lightning striking straight into the middle of the field. Everyone finally saw the moment they'd been waiting for. A player stepping up and dropping a statement so loud you could feel it hit the whole field. It wasn't just about a clean throw or a sharp read. It was about what that moment meant for the team. For some, it felt like hope kicking the door open. For others, it felt like a warning shot. But nobody could deny this was a straight-up turning point. The kind of moment people talk about for years after the practice ends. And once the session kept rolling, Shadur didn't just stay sharp. He started climbing into a zone that had veterans whispering to each other like, "Yo, he's really doing this." His footwork tightened up, his reads came faster, and every throw carried this calm confidence you usually only see from quarterbacks who've been in the league long enough to grow gray hair. Rep after rep, he hit receivers like the ball had a GPS locked in their chest. As practice kept moving, Shadur didn't just match the pace, he took over. Every move he made hit different, catching the eyes of the oldest guys on the roster like they were watching a star form right in front of them. His footwork was crisp, clean, and straight-up polished, the kind of precision you don't normally see from a young quarterback still fighting for his shot.
He elevated to a level that had even veteran players raising their eyebrows. His footwork tightened, his reads sped up, and every throw carried that quiet confidence you usually only see from quarterbacks who've been in the league for years. Rep after rep, he hit.
His eyes were fast too, reading the defense quicker than most, flipping through options like he already knew the answers. Every throw had this peaceful confidence behind it, the type that says, "I belong here," without needing to shout it. This wasn't some nervous rookie scrambling to figure things out. This was a player stepping into leadership mode and owning every second of it. He was putting passes through tight windows like he was threading a needle in traffic. Receivers didn't have to adjust, they just kept catching perfect balls. Meanwhile, the quarterback who's supposed to be running the show, Gabriel, looked trapped in slow motion. His reads were late, his movements looked heavy, and the offense under him felt flat and predictable. Fans are frustrated, coaches are uneasy, and everyone can see the truth. Shadur is rising while Gabriel looks stuck. Stefanski keeps throwing Gabriel out there week after week, even though everybody can see the offense has no spark at all. How long can they pretend nothing's wrong? How many more stalled drives, slow reads, and missed chances are they going to tolerate before they admit Gabriel isn't the guy right now? It's rough to watch because Shadur is out there in practice doing everything right while the quarterback in the actual games can't get anything moving. Stefanski refusing to start Shadur isn't just a bad call, it's a straight-up leadership collapse. Every single day, Shadur shines in practice like someone who's ready for the keys to the whole offense. Meanwhile, Stefanski is losing the players, losing the fans, and losing control of the entire locker room vibe. The offense looks drained, the frustration is building, and the only thing missing is a coach willing to make the bold move everybody else already knows is needed. Why keep rolling the dice on the same plan that keeps failing? Why ignore the player who brings juice, talent, and real hope? Fans aren't just annoyed, they're demanding change. And if Stefanski keeps dragging his feet, this season might fall apart before it even gets a real chance to start. The moment practice wrapped up, everyone felt the shift that had already been happening between the two quarterbacks. What used to be whispered conversations turned into something you couldn't push aside anymore. The coaches, who usually walk off the field talking, planning, adjusting, went silent. That silence hit harder than any speech because it showed just how real the situation is and how obvious it's become that things aren't working the way they're supposed to. Why were the coaches so quiet? What does it say when the people in charge suddenly look like they don't have answers? It's hard to believe everything is fine when the whole staff loses their usual energy and walks off like they're carrying something heavy on their backs. The way Stefanski and Gabriel have handled this quarterback battle is a huge part of the problem. The confusion, the mixed signals, the stubborn choices, it all adds up, and the team is feeling it. The fans are feeling it, and the front office is running out of time to pretend everything's okay. Gabriel is supposed to be the leader of this squad, but he hasn't brought any real energy or danger to the offense at all. He looks hesitant, unsure, and nowhere close to the type of quarterback the Browns need if they want to stack wins. Stefanski keeps sending him out there like everything is fine, and fans are straight up confused while the team gets more frustrated every week. Why keep trusting a quarterback who can't get the job done? Why pretend you don't see the talent and confidence Shedeur shows every single day in practice? The longer Stefanski stalls on making a move, the more he risks losing control of the locker room and the support of the city. Shedeur has been ready since day one. His poise, his calm under pressure, and the way he reads the defense show he can bring life back to this stalled offense. Players and fans aren't blind. They can see the shift happening in real time. The momentum has already swung toward Shadur, and he's the one who deserves the chance to take the reins. But with Stefanski refusing to act, the Browns are stuck in a messy situation that keeps getting worse. If they don't make a bold move soon, how long will the front office let this play out? When will Stefanski finally listen and give Shadur the shot he earned?
It exposed it. The balance between the two quarterbacks had already tilted. This confrontation simply made everyone realize it was no longer a quiet secret. When practice finally wrapped, the silence from the coaching staff said more than any press conference ever could. Normally, coaches walk off the field talking through reps, reviewing moments.
The silence at practice says everything. It screams louder than words that this team needs real answers, fast. The quiet tension around the field keeps revealing the same truth over and over again. The Browns need a real change right now, and Shadur is ready to lead. Stefanski's hesitation is dragging the team down, draining the offense and burning through everyone's patience. The longer he waits, the more damage he does, and at this point it's clear. He needs to step aside as soon as possible. The tension didn't fade after practice. It followed everyone into the locker room like a heavy cloud. Players moved quietly, not out of exhaustion, but because they knew something big was shifting inside this team. You could feel it just from the way guys looked at each other. Nobody had to speak for everyone to understand the message. Some of the veterans sat with their helmets still in hand, replaying every rep in their heads because they knew what they witnessed wasn't normal. It was the moment a real competition finally became undeniable. And every time Shadur walked past, you could see a few players giving that small nod, the kind of nod that says, "Yeah, he's ready." Meanwhile, Gabriel drifted through the room with this stunned look like he could feel the ground moving under his feet. Coaches stepped in and out without saying much, which made the whole situation feel even more intense. When the people in charge don't talk, everybody knows something is brewing behind the scenes. That silence wasn't just awkward. It was a warning that change might be closer than anyone expected. Even the training staff felt the shift. Conversations were short, glances were sharp, and the whole building felt like it was waiting for someone, anyone, to finally admit what the entire roster already sensed. Shadur wasn't just having a good day. A new leader was starting to emerge, and the team could feel it in their bones. The longer this energy sits, the harder it becomes for Stefanski to keep pretending everything's stable. This team isn't fooled. They know who's bringing life back into the offense, and they know who's holding it back. The locker room energy doesn't lie. It never does. And right now, it's screaming something Stefanski can't ignore much longer. By the next morning, the energy inside the Browns facility was completely different. People walked around with that same quiet tension, like they knew something was about to break open any second. Nobody said it out loud, but every hallway conversation felt shorter, sharper, and way more cautious than usual. Some players came in early, pretending they were just sticking to their routine, but the truth was obvious. They wanted to see if the coaches were finally ready to make a move. Even the way they watched the practice schedule go up on the board said everything. All eyes were locked on the quarterback reps. When Shadur stepped onto the field, it felt like the whole building shifted. The energy lifted, guys stood taller, and suddenly the offense looked alive again. It wasn't loud or flashy. It was the kind of spark that hits everyone at once, like, yeah, this is what we've been missing. Every throw he made added more pressure on the coaches who kept trying to act like nothing was happening. Meanwhile, Gabriel walked onto the field with a heavy look on his face, trying to stay focused, but it was clear he could feel all those eyes on him. Every hesitation, every slow read, every off-target throw pulled more attention toward the real storyline. This battle wasn't a battle anymore. It was a shift. The whispers got louder between reps. Players leaned in close, dropping lines like, "If Shadur keeps doing this, they can't hide it anymore," or "They know what the right move is." And even though the coaches were trying their hardest to keep things controlled, their faces told a different story. The truth was getting harder and harder to bury. Shadur wasn't just winning reps, he was winning the room, winning the momentum, and winning the belief of the entire offense. And deep down, everyone knew it. The door for change wasn't just opening, it was about to get kicked off the hinges. The energy around Cleveland is shifting fast, and you can feel fans getting louder by the day. This whole quarterback drama is heating up, and the next move could shake the entire season. So if you want to stay locked in with every twist, every rumor, and every bold moment, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share this with anyone who rides for the Browns. And answer this: if you want the latest Browns updates, don't forget to like and subscribe. Do you think Stefanski will finally give Shadur the chance to take over against the upcoming game?